beautiful friends. Welcome back to 365 Days of Love and Miracles with A Course in Miracles. My name is Arlene Geres, and I am so glad that you are here. Please remember to listen right till the end. And if you enjoyed today's video, please click like and subscribe below because this helps others to find us on YouTube. Today's lesson is lesson number 299. Eternal holiness abides in me. Let's talk about this. Eternal holiness lives in me. Eternal holiness is the truth of who I am. It's also the truth of who you are. Note that it says here eternal holiness. Eternal means that it has always been there since the beginning of time, and it will continue on long after I leave this body shell behind. Eternal holiness is who all of us are. Can you accept that truth about yourself? Can you accept it about others? Eternal holiness is the truth of who all of us are, even the people we don't like. Let's read the lesson. My holiness is far beyond my own ability to know or understand. Yet God, my Father, who created it, acknowledges my holiness as His. Our will together understands it, and our will together knows it is so. Let's talk about it. My holiness is far beyond my own ability to know or understand. I can't figure it out. Once again, it's just a beautiful gift that was granted to us at the very beginning when we became a piece of God. My holiness is the truth of who I am. All I need to do is just accept this as being true. Nothing can take that away from us. It doesn't matter what we've done in the past, and it won't matter what we do in the future. That does not taint our holiness even the tiniest little bit. It's like these incredible hummingbirds that keep buzzing around my head. Nothing will change them from being beautiful hummingbirds. Somebody could paint them a different color. They would still be a hummingbird. Someone could roll them in dirt. They would still be a hummingbird. I hope you get the point. Yet God, my Father, who created it, created my holiness, created your holiness, acknowledges my holiness as His. God acknowledges me as His child. God acknowledges you as His child. We are perfect in His sight. We are holy, every single one of us. And our will together knows it is so. When I am in line with God's will, I can actually feel this holiness inside of me. If I allow myself to go into my ego mind, where I start to live out of selfishness, out of fear, out of anger, out of pain, then I lose this. It doesn't go anywhere. It's still there. It's just that I lose sight of it. This is a beautiful prayer. If you would like to close your eyes while I read it to you. Father, my holiness is not of me. It is not mine to be destroyed by sin. It is not mine to suffer from attack. Illusions can obscure it, but cannot put out its radiance, nor dim its light. It stands forever perfect and untouched. In it are all things healed, for they remain as you created them. And I know my holiness, and I know my holiness. For holiness itself created me, and I know my source, because it is your will, that you be known. Let's unpack this prayer. Father, my holiness is not of me. It didn't come from me. My holiness does not come from anything that I say or do. It just is. It is not mine to be destroyed by sin. Nothing I can do will ever destroy it, diminish it, or take it away in even the slightest amount. Illusions can obscure it, but cannot put out its radiance nor dim its light. The world of illusion is when we're seeing through our ego mind. I really hope that this lesson sinks in for you, so that even when we fall back into our egoic way of thinking, we'll have that little glimmer of light that reminds us that we are holy. It stands forever perfect and untouched. Once again, it's eternal. It's been there from the beginning of time, and it will be there until the end of time. It's forever perfect. It's glorious. It's absolutely unblemished. You know, this idea changed my life. When I started to accept this truth, I lost fear of talking to people. I lost fear of even doing things like this YouTube series. I lost fear of worrying what other people think of me. It was transformative. I really hope that you can hold on to this for yourself. The other part of this is that when I grasped hold of it, I really started to see all of you as being holy, unblemished, perfect in God's sight. Can you imagine a world where we all could see this in ourselves and in each other? How different things would be. We'd all be running around hugging each other, jumping up and down for joy every time that we see each other, falling at each other's feet and just saying, oh my gosh, you are so amazing, you're holy. How lucky am I to be standing in front of you? That's what we're trying to get to. In it are all things healed, for they remain as you created them. Our spiritual beings never change. They were created perfect. We come to earth to have these human experiences, to help us grow spiritually, to help us learn how to embrace and accept our own holiness and the holiness of others. And I can know my holiness. This is a promise. We can each know this to be true for ourselves. Every one of us can accept our own holiness and the holiness of others. For Holiness Itself created me, and I can know my source, because it is your will that you be known. When I accept my own holiness and the holiness of others, I learn to see God in every face that I encounter. I learn to see God when I look in the mirror at my own face. We are all indescribably beautiful. Every one of us. We are God's masterpieces. We are glorious. We are sunshine. We are light. We are the stars. We are the moon. Every one of us. I hope that you can accept that as being true for yourself. Let's go back to the real world and read paragraph 4. The Holy Spirit has no need of time when it has served His purpose. He waits but that one instant more for God to take His final step, and time has disappeared, taking perception with it as it goes, and leaving but the truth to be itself. That instant is our goal, for it contains the memory of God. And as we look upon a world forgiven, it is He who calls to us and comes to take us home, reminding us of our identity, which our forgiveness has restored to us. Let's pause for a minute and just think, is there anyone who you have not yet forgiven? If so, I encourage you to take the time to do that. Consider that whatever someone else has done to you, ask God to help you come to full forgiveness. And if you need help with this, I would encourage you to register for our next Freedom Through Forgiveness workshop. If you would like more information, please go to arlenegeres.com and register for our next course. When we look upon a forgiven world, we can literally hear God calling us home, calling us to be with Him. And He reminds us of the truth of who we are. We are His holy, beloved children, every single one of us. Our practice periods for today: first thing in the morning, last thing just before we go to sleep, and every hour for just a few minutes. Let's stop and just reflect on this lesson. Eternal holiness abides in me. Put your hand on your heart and just remember, I am holy. I am part of God. God has given me His holiness. God has given everyone His holiness. Let that sink into your bones, into your heart, into your spirit. Let yourself feel the love. Let it go from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Eternal holiness abides in me. I am love. You are love. I am holy. You are holy. That's the truth of who we are. Thanks so much for listening right until the end, my friends. If you enjoyed today's video, please share the love. Tell others about these videos. Encourage them to start at lesson 1 and only do 1 lesson a day. Are you ready for our special treat? Let's take a look at some of the murals in town today. There's this amazing whale. Isn't he gorgeous? And our beautiful town of Bucerias. And here we have a gorgeous octopus. And I love it. Even the telephone pole is painted. Eternal holiness abides in me. Eternal holiness abides in you. Have a holy day, my friends. I love you.